Good morning, thank you for coming. Please help yourself to prayer. It's an honestly sponsored. Good to see Mayor Stroll is back, so welcome back home.
Thank you.
You know, this week's parsha we read about the laws of kosher. Something as an aside, according to the Medrash and Shmini, when Mashiach comes, the pig will become a kosher animal. The word chazir means to return. So maybe there's some Jews today believe we're in the Messianic times to get ready for Mashiach, but it's still not an excuse. But the chazir certainly has one manifestation of being a kosher animal and one of not. However, I want to focus on the other. There are about 3 animals that the Torah says it chooses cud but doesn't have split hooves, and it uses a strange mix of tense in dealing with them. So, for example, dealing with the camel, the Torah says, "Uparsa eina mafres." His hoof is not split in the present tense. Then it talks about another animal called the hyrax, and the Torah says, "Uparsa lo yafres," and its hoof will not be split in the future tense. And then it talks about another animal. It describes the hair. It says, "Ufarsa lo hifrisa." The hoof has not been split. So the question is, why for describing animals that chew its cud but don't have a split hoof, we use a past tense, a future tense, a present tense? Why does it delineate? What's the message that here? So Rabbi Yisrael has a wonderful, wonderful thought. And he says the reason why the perplexing use of 3 different tense with these animals is to convey the same information. And what information is that? Is that the animal in question, the Torah proclaims it's impure, it's tummy. That's what the Torah says about all these 3 animals. However, Rabbi Yisrael says the Torah is cautioning us that before you judge someone, before something is tummy, you got to look at his past, his present, and his future. Without knowing his past, his present, future, you can't proclaim somebody's being tummy. That's the lesson we learn from over here. And there's a wonderful story that Rabbi Yisachar Fran has a wonderful story which really illustrates. There's a man who was a Shomer Torah mitzvahs, and during the Holocaust, because of the Holocaust, if we came out of the Holocaust, he no longer was an observant Jew, but his wife still remained from him. So his wife was trying to tell him, maybe go to shul, do some money, but he refused to do so. She said, "Listen, do me a favor. Every day you buy the newspaper, in the morning you sit and read the paper. Can you do me a favor? Buy a paper, go to shul, don't daven. Just go and read the paper in the shul." Okay, he wanted to please his wife. He went to the shul every morning. He read the paper, but didn't daven. So now you could have had people in the congregation could have sent them shagets, you're no good, you just come here to read the paper. But the people were friendly with him, and they actually never said a bad word to him. They invited for them, when they had a ticket in the morning, they gave him tickets, they had bagels, they gave him bagels every morning. But the fact is, though, for many years this went on, and finally he started davening with the Minyan, and eventually became the president of the shul. So that's the lesson. What? It's a good thing. So the question, you can't judge someone you can't judge someone unless you know his past, his future, and his present. Without that, you cannot judge somebody to be impure, because you never know what's there. And in the case of my friend brought out, it's a wonderful story where people acted in a different way who would have not become more religious, but because they were nice and they were welcoming, he certainly had a good past. He had a bad present, and he had a wonderful future. Have a great Shabbat.